Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. And indeed, we are a live news show for movie fans where we talk about, well, movies and the trending movie headlines of the day. Yeah, including, what's going on with the strike? We got some updates about that. Megalopolis gets to continue. Ferrari gets rave reviews. Fast X Part 2. Jason Momoa going to have a bigger part. Well, let's see. Equalizer 3 opens up this weekend. I'll do my movie review for that. But we start off today's show by talking about that Taylor Swift movie that is going to premiere October 13th in theaters. Taylor Swift Eras Tour concert film. Tickets pre-sales hit 26 million for AMC theaters, and it's actually pretty big all around. Now, this is normally, not normally. This is just a North American event, and my God, I was shocked that I was hearing reports that, well, it's selling out. 26 million for AMC theaters in the States. That's huge, man. People want to go out and see Tay-Tay. I was like, I saw the teaser for it yesterday. I was very impressed by it. But, I was looking at the ticket previews for mine. And yeah, it's starting to sell out here even in Canada. Now, I'm booked at the 4 p.m. show in the Ultra AVX Theater, October 13th, right? Yes. So I'll show you what I mean by the seats being slowly starting to be picked out here. Now, I'm right here. I want to be closer to this screen. I want it to be big. I want it to be, well, it's going to be loud. I could be in the middle. I could try to, but I'd be sandwiched in between a bunch of people. I would prefer to be down here, but this is going to sell out as we get closer to the October 13th date. Now, if you are somebody who's kind of like, man, my October 13th tickets I can't get any because it's all sold out. Well, don't worry. It's going to be playing like every weekend for like 4 weeks or something, and they're going to add more shows. Once they're seeing that it's doing this much cheddar, have it go throughout the week. Just let everybody have a chance to go out and see it, because if you're in the same wheelhouse as me, where I tried to buy tickets to go see it in real life at the Toronto concerts, all 5 days of just like locked. You can't buy tickets. I was in the pre-ticket sale queue. I just never got through, and it sucks. So this is like going to be like the only way that I'll be able to go and see this and have like a communal experience with everybody. What do you guys think about that? Have you guys seen the teaser for this? It's good, man. It's just I'm not a huge Swiftie, but I couldn't not see it. If I've seen the Reputation concert music movie where she just performs songs from like her Reputation area, but this looks like it's going to be something where it's like people will be singing it in the crowd. You'll be there with a bunch of people who also like Taylor Swift, so that's cool. I'll be looking forward to this. As I said, if I were going to see it live, I wouldn't be this close to it, so it's kind of cool that you'll be seeing this close. I would be somewhere up in the nosebleeds, so, with my little binoculars saying, well, hey, that's really Taylor Swift down there. That's cool. I'm in, like, her and I shared the same 500 meters together or something, whatever. I could have that claim to fame. But the Eras Tour concert film is selling out now, guys, and that's like, I was surprised on how shockingly big it is. Now, it's 1.6 million views on YouTube. Some of the comments are saying Taylor is making us international Swifties cry hard these days. Yeah, well, hey, you get a European tour next year for the Eras Tour. But then, even here in Canada, we only get 5 shows, which kind of sucks. I hope they bump that up. Give us another couple ones, so that the people who didn't get through get a chance. It's still going to be booked solid. It'll be hard to get through, but I mean, at least it gives us another chance to hopefully go and see this. I'm so excited. I have tickets already. You are amazing. I love seeing you grow and sing. Yeah. She's inspirational because she writes her music, right? And she takes control of her own music by like re-recording her older albums so that she has full control over her music library and not beholden to some person or some uh, agency or like record company that has like, well, you can't play that song live because we have rights for it, even though you wrote it and you recorded it. No, she's saying I can do whatever I want. I can record whatever I want for my own music. And she did. And that's cool for her. And hey, if you got the money to do it, then do it. Big tour. It's like, it's a cultural event for our times to see Tay. And I will be seeing this coming to theaters in North America. There's no chance that I'm going to miss this. I already have my tickets now. So, yeah, AMC theaters. The theaters are going to be like, wow, this is making cheddar. And this is something that I want to point out here too, quickly, about this phenomenon, if you can call it that. It's a cultural event. It's something that people are saying, oh, I got to go check this out. Now, when you go out and see other movies in the theater, like Equalizer 3, which is a good movie, is Equalizer 3 really a cultural event where you have to go see it in the theaters? It's for Denzel fans, it's for Equalizer fans, it's for movie fanatics, but it's not going to capture the breadth of people that are going to go see Taylor Swift. And it's having impacts. It's having immediate impacts in the movie industry, which is us, because we talk about movie news here, right? Live, 10:30 a.m. Eastern. It's going to have like repercussions, and some movies have already started to move around. The Exorcist Believer was supposed to release October 13th, but now it's moved up. Actually, that's fine, because it'll capitalize on the horror, because October is Halloween month, but moves up 1 week to avoid showdown with Taylor Swift, which will be #1 at the box office that weekend. If it's already being sold out in places, people are going to be lining up to get into this theater. Hey, I might even sell my ticket. I can get like a nice turnaround for it. Why not? No, I don't know. I'll go see it anyway. I just paid the 26 bones to go see it in the theater, so why not? Yeah. Is arriving a week earlier. Yeah, The Exorcist Believer is moving up to October 6th. The move came hours after Taylor Swift announced the concert film for her Eras tour, and well, the numbers are rolling in. Now, let's go back to that concept that I was talking about movies being events, movies being things that you have to go out to the theater and spend some of your hard-earned cash seeing. Is Exorcist Believer one of those movies? It gets us movie fans, it gets us horror fans, and for the slight minuscule David Gordon Green fans, I don't know who those people are, but hey, if you're one of them, by all means. Arglass says there in the live chat, there seems to be more mania surrounding Taylor Swift than there with the likes of Michael Jackson or Garth Brooks or any rock band. Yeah, people just, she's inspirational, man. And because she, as I said, for the reasons that she just takes control of her life, and it's just, she pays the concert people, like the drivers and the people who set up the stages and stuff, she pays them bonuses, so she takes care of her crew, man. She seems like she's got a good head on her shoulders, right? And that's just awesome. She wanted to sing ever since she was like really young. She moved to Nashville to become a singer, and it's just like people are on board with it, man. And it just looks like a real fun time at the movies. 2 hours and 45 minutes with a whole bunch of people who are Swifties, and I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun. And a big screen. I'm seeing it on the big screen with the great sound, AVX sound. So it's not just a normal screening. They're going to add more screenings for sure, but I'll be seeing it there October 13th, guys. What about you? Are you surprised about this news? It's big. It is. It is for sure. You can't deny it. All right, guys. So as I said, we are a movie talk channel. We talk about movies all the time. There are all my other social media handles that you can check us out. Check us out on Twitch. We're playing Final Fantasy VII Remake right now, Street Fighter 6, World of Warcraft, you name it. We're going to be gaming there later in the day for sure. Come join us for that. Lots of fun. Okay, let's get into my Equalizer 3 review because, whoops, sorry. This video will be cut out and put up later because, well, that's the proper thing to do. All right. Equalizer 3. Excuse me. Just getting set up here. Equalizer 3. Do I not have the IMDb for Equalizer 3 set up, James? Can't believe that I don't have that set up. All right, let's do it. And we'll talk about what's opening up in the weekend in just a little bit. All right, let's reset the music. Equalizer 3, starring Denzel Washington, directed by Antoine Fuqua, is out this weekend, guys, and here is my review. I like this movie. I really did. And this is one of those movies where you don't need to see the other two to understand what's going on in this movie. If you understand the concept of the Equalizer, what he does, you know, he rights wrongs, injustices. It's a fairly self-contained story. It does nod and pay homage to other installments in the franchise, but it's a good movie, and it's a quick movie. It's an hour and 49 minutes with credits, so it's like about an hour and 40 minutes. It's smooth. The pacing of it is really good. Robert McCall finds himself at home in southern Italy, but he discovers his friends are under the control of a local crime boss. As events turn deadly, McCall knows what he has to do, become his friend's protector by taking on the mafia. Yeah. And I gotta tell you, the trailers didn't really do all that much for me, but it's a well-crafted film for sure. And Dakota Fanning is in this. She's got a nice role in this. I think you guys should go out and see it, because I think you'll be pleasantly surprised on how well it's done. And yeah, there they are in this small town in Italy. I have to look up which town it is, because they do such a great job of photographing this small town. Like, they show you the stairways and stuff like that. They show you the different levels. It's like, not romantic, but it's kind of like they found this great location and they utilize it to the best of their abilities. Now, the action is brutal. He doesn't hold back when he gets that urge to kill. It's like snap, and he's just like, okay, yeah, I don't care that you got a gun on me. Shoot me. I'm still going to come at you. And it's kind of like, yeah, that's what we want to see, right? And Denzel, it's a good man. It's a good movie. It's something that you'll leave going, yeah, I'm satisfied. I'd like to see more. Why not? And I hope it does well at the box office this weekend. Let's go over and see what people are saying on the tomato meter. 76 by critics, 91 by the audience, so people are liking it a little bit better than the critics. And that's fine. That's really good, actually. 76 by the critics. Let's see what some of the snapshot reviews say. Richard Roper liked it. Good. As much as we've enjoyed seeing Robert McCall making things right from Boston to Sicily, it feels like it's time to let the man alone so he can spend his time sipping tea and anticipating his afternoon nap. Okay, well, I don't know what that means. It means what? You've had enough of it, but you liked it? I don't know what that's kind of cross signals there. Observer didn't like it. Like many third iterations, this one shows signs of the creative team growing bored with what made the story worth telling in the first place. No, I don't think so. And here's a reason why. Because yeah, he goes up against bad guys, but they are bad guys. They're not with some agenda to take over the world. They're not there to like have a message of like the token, here I am, the mustache twirling bad guy that mistreats women, and here's a reason why you should dislike me. No, they're just mafia. They're bad, and that's it, straight up. They don't give you any other reason why. They're just there. And when they do start to get their comeuppance, you're like, yeah, they deserve it. I want to see it. I want to see this guy wreck shop, and Denzel delivers. Let's take a look at somebody else. Punch Drunk critics. It's probably the most human and least violent of the franchise, but also possibly the best. Well, I don't know. The violence does get there, man. It does get there. And I'm satisfied. I really like this movie. So what would I rank it? Not as high as the audience, not 9.1 or 7.6. 7.6 seems a little bit low. But I really enjoyed this movie. And I say that it's totally worthwhile going out to see. So let's pull up my little score sheet here and go through some of the numbers. Acting, it's good for Denzel. So I'll put in 1.1 for 1.5 for that. It's not, there's no performance in it that makes you go, wow, that's Oscar worthy. So that's why it's a 1.5. Acting, directing are out of possible 2 points each. Directing, I would have to say also, no, directing, I'll give a full 2 points because it had good pacing, it had good direction of the action. You could see things going on. And as I said, cinematically, when you're looking at the town and stuff, it's really good. Story, yeah, it's a little generic, but it's compelling. It's compelling, so maybe the story should be just about average. Yeah, it's about an average story. Like, it's nothing mind-blowing here, but it's well executed, and the directing and acting will reflect that. So the story a little bit lower, but it's satisfying. It's something that you want to see. Cinematography, as I said, and score are out of a possible 1 point each, full 1 point. So cinematography, as I said, they shot this extremely well. So I'll give that a full point. Yeah, give that a full point. Score, serviceable. I don't remember hearing too much in there about the score, so I'll give that a 0.5. And then watchability. Watchability is totally worthwhile, and I would watch this again. I totally would. So I'll give that a 1.5. Now, should I give story? Could I give story? I think maybe in reflection here, I should give maybe story a 1.5 because it is well executed. As I said, a lot of the opening is very little dialogue. So it's all just him acting and emoting, reacting to situations and stuff like that. And you buy it. So yeah, maybe I can give story 1.5. Why not? I can give story 1.5. It's my show. I can do whatever I want. There, 8 out of 10 for Equalizer. Yeah. I feel good about that. What do you guys think about that for Equalizer 3? 8 out of 10 for me. It's worthwhile to see it in the theater this weekend, guys. I had fun with it. I hope you guys like it too. As I said, it's quick. One of the bonuses is that the runtime is short, so it's not like, oh God, we're here for 2.5 hours watching this. No, it's not. It's not making some big grandiose statements about crime and culture and stuff like that. It's just like, it has some points to say about that, but overall, guys, I had fun with this movie, and I left satisfied. So, have you guys gone out to see it? Let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. Just pulling up the live chat here. Arglass Vikings says Equalizer 3 is filmed on the Amalfi coast near a town Sorrento, then Naples and Rome. Oh, okay. I'm sold. Equalizer 3 singing on Sunday. Yeah. You won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed by this. It's just a small little action film that comes out here in the beginning of September. It's a good way to start off September. It's going to be one that you won't be going, oh, God, I wasted my money on that. No. It's good. It's good, and I had fun with it. I totally recommend it. So, guys, if you liked what you've seen, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and what else can you find here on the channel? Well, we do a movie news show, 10:30 a.m. Eastern, here on the channel, and there are all my other social media handles. What else can you find here on the channel? Well, we also got things for like Taylor Swift movie. It's being all sold out. Catch my ranked videos, my ranked movies for August. There's all the movies that I saw. And my review for Equalizer will be cut up and put up on the channel later. Reviews for Gran Turismo, To Catch a Killer, trailer reactions for Rebel Moon, Ahsoka, Episode 3. Oh yeah, we do it all here, guys. If you like movies and you like this kind of stuff, come join us here on Mirror Domains, and I'll see you next time. All right, that was cool. That was cool. Let's get back into the movie news, though, because that's the way I like to roll. And yeah, it is opening up this weekend, so let's talk about it. Equalizer 3 opening up. it's worth talking about. Box office predictions. Denzel to blow away competition in Equalizer 3. Yeah, they're tracking it for a $30 million weekend opening, and that's good. I hope it does. I hope it makes $30 million. The reported budget's around $70 million. But hopefully by the time it gets some international numbers in there as well, it'll fare decent. 70 million's not grotesque. And I think it's going to be, I hope that it's going to be fine. What else is opening up this weekend? Well, you got Oppenheimer, Barbie, Equalizer, and then there's something here called Zombie Town. What the heck is that? I never even heard about this movie, and it's out in theaters. I don't even know if I saw a trailer for that. What else is going on? Cheetah Singh, Zombie Town. Again, Sarongo, Bengali, Dream Girl 2, Indie, Golda, Gran Turismo still out, Jurassic Park 3D, Strays is still playing, Godard, oh my god, 3, Elemental is still playing, wow. But what the heck is this Zombie Town? So I had to look at this up. I looked it up, and it's got Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase. It's a really lower budget film. But what is interesting is that it's a horror film, and it's basically this movie turns anybody who watches this movie, Zombie Town, within the movie, this zombie movie, it turns them into zombies. So everybody sitting in the theater watching the movie becomes a zombie. It's silly. It's kind of like the Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse kind of feel to it. And it's got Dan Aykroyd in there trying to like set it up, setting the stage for the movie. I'm kind of intrigued because of Dan Aykroyd. Dan Aykroyd will always, he'll always pique my interest. There's Chevy Chase. He's kind of like an archaeologist kind of thing. He's kind of like the guide saying, well, you can't watch this movie because it's possessed and stuff like that. But Dan Aykroyd, I don't know where this movie just came out of the blue. It's supposed to be like comedy. He's like complimenting on her about her dress, her outfit, and thinking that she's a zombie. But no, she's not a zombie. She's just sweeping the hallway. And that's about it. Zombie Town. So that's what's opening up this weekend, guys. I don't know if Zombie Town will rank on the charts. Probably won't even crack the top 10. Maybe it'll crack the top 10. But this is last week's numbers. And Equalizer 3, if it's on pace for 30 million, will take the number 1 spot. Now, will Gran Turismo be enough to hang on to the 2nd spot? I don't think so. I'm thinking that it'll go Equalizer 3, Barbie, Gran Turismo, Blue Beetle, and then Oppenheimer will be the 5th. Maybe Zombie Town will be enough to get in there. I don't know. As I said, I learned about it this morning, and it opens up today. I was like, I didn't even know that this movie was in production. That's like, wow. How does that happen? That's what I'm thinking. Well, that's a clip for the First Power, an old movie from like the late 80s. Anyway, are you guys going to go out and see any of these movies this weekend? And you're going to go see The Equalizer. I just did my review. I think it's totally worthwhile if you can. We'll have to see how it ranks and how the chips fall when it comes Monday. We'll be back with the Monday show, and we'll break down some of the box office numbers and a little bit more of a scrutiny. People are liking Equalizer. The people that have gone out to see it, 91% by the audience, they're liking it. I saw that Jeremy Johns just posted his review. I'll watch that later, see what he says about it, because he's one of the few critics that, you got to trust those people, right? You can tell because he likes movies. Some comments here. Arglass Viking says, Scout's Guide to ZA was a great find. I just put it on regular TV one night, and I hated zombie movies until I watched World War Z. Yeah, World War Z is one of the better ones. Train to Busan is definitely one of the better zombie movies. I like Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead. Actually, I like the original Dawn of the Dead too. Night of the Living Dead is a classic. I prefer the Tony Todd version of Night of the Living Dead zombie movies. Yeah. It's a weird time. You think that Zombie Town, I think Zombie Town would, you think that would be more suited for like a Halloween time, right? Uh, yeah, like, yeah, if, the movie's magic. Uh, you think Halloween, you want to capitalize on people getting into the Halloween mood, put it out at Halloween, but it's a smaller production, so we'll have to wait and see. Moving on, let's talk about Fast 10, Part 2. Fast 10 director wants Jason Momoa's character to evolve. Ah, Louis Leterrier. God, you know what evolve means? You know what I get when I hear that? I hear that they want him to turn into the good guy. Oh, sorry that I want revenge for you killing my father, but now I forgive you and I'm going to go out and work with you as a team. Kind of like what they did with Statham. It's like, no. Oh, God. I'll tell you this. Fast 10 barely broke even at the box office. It barely did. Because it had one of the more highest budgets of all time. It had a budget of like $350+ million. So it basically barely doubled its production budget. And that's not including marketing costs or what the theaters take in their percentages. So I would even say that it's barely, it's maybe not even broken even. So Part 2, the budget's got to be smaller. You got to cut out the cast. I know that a lot of people don't like to hear that, but you got to cut out Ludacris. You got to cut out Tyrese. It's not about the people that show up in the movie. Asteroid City will tell you that. Look at that big cast. And was Wes Anderson. It's not about the people that show up in the movie, except unless your name is Taylor Swift. Ooh, Taylor Swift in a Fast movie. Now, would I watch that? Of course, but this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about Fast 10 here, and this headline gives me pause. Fully evolve. So what? You go from revenge to what? You go from wanting revenge for your father's death to what? How can you evolve? I don't want to see that. But it should be focused in more about Jason Momoa's character and Dom. That's what Fast 10 Part 2 should be about. Just cut out the rest of the fluff. Don't make it a 3-hour film, for crying out loud. God's sakes, close it out with a nice chapter. If you want to have a CGI Paul Walker come in at the end and have like him standing next to Dom, fine. Just wrap it up, man. Wrap it up, because you can't have another budget for $350 million. You shouldn't even have a budget for $200 million. And that's how I would bring the Fast and Furious franchise home. They literally drove it into the ground. It's not going to be a $1 billion franchise ever again. And Momoa, let's just see. Let's just see what the quote is. He was fueled by vengeance. He could have played it dark, angry, but it was interesting to play with the duality and the push-pull within the character, where within the same sentence he's laughing and feels the pain of losing everything. Only an actor like Jason could have done that. No, not only there's many actors that are far more talented than Momoa that could pull that off. Momoa he's got some range, not a wide range. He's not a Brad Pitt. He's definitely not a Joaquin Phoenix. So don't go. Let's not get audacious here with your proclamations. But the Fast and Furious franchise does have its fans. It does do better internationally, but even the international people are starting to catch on about some of the cheesiness of it. And even though that they dialed some of that back for Fast 10, you got to really dial it back. Make it more grounded for Fast 10 Part 2. Cut out a lot of the fluff. Like, why are we going into a shop where Pete Davidson's there just to have a Pete Davidson cameo to buy parts? It's like, for God's sakes, you wasted 5 minutes doing that. Anyway, you heard me rant about Fast 10 for some while now, but Part 2, that's not even going to be off the shelf for 2024. I would say 2025 at the earliest, because the strike just seems to be going on, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Ferrari debuted at Venice Film Festival and got a 6-minute standing ovation. Yeah, we talked about this. We saw the trailer for this, the teaser for this earlier this week. My reaction's up on the channel right now. Let's go check that out. And Adam Driver had he had a press conference where he was talking about the strike and stuff like that, and saying, well, how come these smaller studios acquiesce to the demands of letting people know what's going on, but the bigger studios like Netflix and Amazon won't. It means like the smaller studios will help us, but the big studios won't. The PR behind that is starting to shift, where people are going to turn against the big studios like Netflix and Amazon, be like, well, why can't you just give them what they want so that you can continue to make product, right? Anyway, Ferrari, it looks good. Michael Mann, a 6-minute standing ovation. That's good. That's good news. But James, that's standard for all these film festivals. Yeah, I know. People who go to these festivals are invited there. They get put up in lavish hotels to come and visit these things. So of course they're in that glow, that shine that I like to talk about. When you go see a big blockbuster and there's a shine to it. People have that shine just because of the venue, because of the event. Of course, they're going to give an ovation to this kind of thing. But we take that with a grain of salt. We're cognizant of that as movie fans. I'm looking forward to Ferrari. It's got Carey Mulligan. No, hold on. It's got Penelope Cruz. Yeah, and Shailene Woodley. Shailene Woodley's my big draw for Ferrari. That's what I want to see. And I hear that it's supposed to have like some big crashes in there. Ferrari. Let's just pull up that release date. Does it have a release date here for us in this better article? It should. Maybe towards the end. Yeah, December 25th in theaters from Neon. Yeah, he was talking about Neon. It serves as a well-closing night section for the 2023 New York Film Festival. Oh, okay. We'll open theaters. So Christmas, Ferrari. Definitely looking forward to that. Yeah, we have to be cognizant of that. What's going on with that? What's next? Megalopolis. Francis Ford Coppola. Big fan. Megalopolis, Francis Ford Coppola's passion project, scores an interim agreement from SAG. Yeah, that's what Adam Driver was talking about as well. The interim agreement that has allowed people like Francis Ford Coppola to go out and still work on their project, despite the fact that actors are striking and the writers are striking. There's been like some interim agreements that have allowed for them to go out and do that, which is good. Francis Ford Coppola put $100 million of his own money into it. So I hope this will be a big, I don't know if it's going to do well at the box office, but I hope that, he's satisfied with the product at the end, because he'll have big say over the final cut, right? It's got a big cast. It's basically like this event rocks New York City or something like that. And then this big architect comes in and tries to redesign the city, right? Megalopolis. Huge cast. Forrest Whitaker, John Voight, Lawrence Fishburne, Aubrey Plaza, Shia LaBeouf, Chloe Fineman, Catherine Hunter, Dustin Hoffman, D.B. Sweeney, Talia Shire. Talia Shire, really? Cool. Haven't seen her in a while. Jason Schwartzman, always liked him. Of course, he was good in, Asteroid City. James Remar. Looking forward to this. Yeah. He's definitely up there as one of my favorite directors. So he's been granted permission to continue work under this interim agreement that just allows, for certain projects that qualify, as long as you're not like huge production, to continue, or depending on the stage. I think it depends on which stage of production you are, as long as you're not in principal photography, I think. And this movie wrapped. This movie's now in like post-production stage. So I think that's why. So you'll be allowed to come in and do like pickups and stuff like that, and still be allowed to do that under this interim agreement. That's my observation. That's what I understand. Yeah. So still no release date on it, but hopefully I'll be looking forward to that one. So talking about the strike, let's get some updates here. The movie slate's moving around a bit. Yeah, we've already had some movies get pushed, like Dune Part 2 to next year and stuff, which is a real bummer. Some movies won't shift, though. So let's just take a look at what this article is saying here. It's saying that it's VIP for subscribers only. Great. That sucks. Well, fine then, Variety. The Emmys have been pushed to January. And I wanted to talk about this because it's TV. But what we can take away from this is that the Emmys being pushed to January means that despite they're having talks and negotiations and making these interim agreements and stuff, it seems like things won't get hashed out properly until late this year. Till January, probably, which sucks. For every movie that comes out, because actors won't be able to go out and promote the movies that are coming out this till the end of the year, which is why I wanted to look at this article. Which movies are moving around? We already saw some of that though, and which movies are staying. Marvels will be staying. Aquaman 2 should be staying. Just get those movies out and let them do what they're going to do. I don't expect either of those movies to be big hits. Marvel's is short though. Marvel's is like an hour and 33 minutes or something. So that's a plus on my side. But like we've already seen like Kraven the Hunter get pushed a whole year and stuff like that. That was supposed to come out this fall. We'll have to see. I've already been talking about the strike, so yeah, it is. It is what it is. That was just my observations from that. Let's talk about some of these trailers or some of these movies that will also be coming out this year. And some I have never even heard of. Leave the World Behind, starring Julia Roberts, Ethan Hawke, and Mahershala Ali. Thriller gets December release date on Netflix. Well, I do like Julia Roberts. I like Ethan Hawke. I got nothing against Mahershala Ali. It's weird that I've never even heard about this. Leave the World Behind. It does have an impressive cast. So what's this about? It's coming out December 8th on Netflix. So if it comes out on Netflix, we'll watch it. We'll do a full live watch along. So what is it about? A family's vacation is upended when two strangers arrive at night. Oh God. Strangers. We know what's going on with that. Seeking refuge from a cyber attack that grows more terrifying by the minute, forcing everyone to come to terms with their places in a collapsing world. Oh, so like AI's taking over the world and everybody's trying to like seek refuge. And this is why, guys, you don't connect your home to your locks. For God's sakes. And don't connect your, oh my God. Yeah, it's just like, oh, guess what? I can turn on my air conditioner from home. I can turn on my oven and start cooking my meal from home. It's like, or from work, because I can just use my phone to, and it's like, that's like, you're giving machines control to too much. And I think that's what this is starting to key into. So it won't be the strangers that come at night that'll attack people. It's like the world falling apart. Oh, I don't have access to my money anymore. I don't have access to food anymore. It's kind of like maybe that. Interesting. I like the cast. Julia Roberts usually doesn't take on something of this kind of subject matter. Leave the World Behind, where they kind of like, as a society, we have to kind of like de-evolve a little bit, right? Too many of us have become dependent on technology. Like, do you guys know how to butcher a cow and cut out the meat and like eat, store the meat properly before it gets rotten? Most people don't know how to do that, or grow vegetables in a garden. Like some skills, they're just not meant for the common people anymore, right? So it's kind of like when that all crumbles away, a lot of people will be kind of left holding the short end of the rope for sure. We'll see how this pans out. I'm guessing that we'll get a teaser for this soon. And Julia Roberts, Ethan Hawke, big names, and Mahershala Ali. He's going to be our new Blade in the MCU. Very curious. Leave the World Behind, coming this year. Family drama based on upcoming novel. December 7th, it says here on IMDb. Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon's in this? Why didn't you see that in this article? Is he going to be one of the bad guys? I hope so. Kevin Bacon's always good at playing the bad guys. Maybe he's some guy who's trying to get in. That'd be kind of cool. Anybody else that jumps out at me here? Heather Lee, Sarah McKenzie, Alex. Nobody else really jumps out, but got a good cast. Good cast. Sam Esmail, Leave the World Behind. Taking a look for that one. We'll keep our eye out for that. All fun and games. Exclusive clip plays a deadly game of hide and seek. Little Asa Butterfield. One time was in running to be Spider-Man, but that came and went. He kind of blew his audition. Anyway, plays a deadly game of hide and seek. Well, we've seen Netflix movies with Asa Butterfield, right? This is going to be on VOD September 1st. What? So it's already out? Horror thriller. Well, I do like horrors. All fun and games. The logline. The Russo brothers presents a terrifying tale about a group of Salem teens who discover a cursed knife that unleashes a demon that forces them to play gruesome, deadly versions of childhood games, where there can be no winners, only survivors. What? Where there can be no winners, only survivors. Well, if you're a survivor, it seems like you won. What the heck is that? That's the logline? That logline sucks. When a group of teens find a cursed knife, they unleash a malevolent demon that will not rest until it's claimed all of their lives and souls in a terrifying death match. All fun and games. Well, IMDb says it's got 2 directors. Huh. I like tandem directors sometimes. But what caught my eye here was that Natalia Dyer's in this from Stranger Things. So that's what I want to see. Annabeth Gish, one of Mike Flanagan's go-to people. Laurel Marsden. So a bunch of teens playing games, huh? There's Natalia Dyer. You recognize her, right? I do like her as an actress. I think she's talented. I liked her in Stranger Things for sure. And there's Asa Butterfield. Interesting. So they play this game and it possesses one of them and it all goes to crap. So it's just a clip of him being possessed, holding a knife to her, and they're like trying to talk him out of it kind of thing. Asa Butterfield there. Seems interestingly shot, competently shot. What is the comments? As a fervent admirer, I'm happy to follow you. That's not somebody who likes the movie. I don't know what the heck that is. But what is it? This comes out today? I can't believe that. I don't believe that. I'm not seeing a release date here on the IMDb. Just 2023. Maybe it'll be out on Netflix later. If you got a poster, you got marketing material for it, you want to capitalize on it. This movie looks pretty cool to me, so I'll be watching it for sure, says the person who wrote this article. Okay. But VOD this weekend. Maybe I can try to find a copy. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah. All right. Let's move on to some hit or miss. All right. This is if it's a hit, we'll talk about it. If it's a miss, we'll move on. The Terminator producer reveals why a franchise-changing scene was omitted due to bad acting. Really, some bad acting in Terminator? Actually, the acting is what saved you the first Terminator for a lot of things. Well, the premise, and you had James Cameron too, right? It definitely had the danger of being categorized in B-movie fare because of the premise. But the acting I thought was standing out. So what is this changing scene that was omitted? So I checked this out. It's on YouTube. You can get this article up on MovieWeb. Basically, it's just a scene of after Sarah crushes the Terminator in the machine, and a worker comes by and says, "Oh, this is a computer chip. Yeah, so the acting is a little bit questionable here. I can see why that's cut out. It's like, take this to the lab. We're going to study it. We kind of know that. We know that. And then you just get to see Sarah get put into an ambulance. And that's the scene. I'm not going to play just for copyright reasons. Well, caught my interest anyway. Terminator. Next, Jurassic Park's most criticized sequel becomes a huge hit on Netflix. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Guys, I'll tell you this. I was a little bit meh when Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom was out in theaters. I liked the angle of them using DNA and creating a being. I found that fascinating, but they changed course from that because people didn't like that. They're like, ew, I don't want to see a story about that. It's supposed to be all about dinosaurs. Like, that's horrifying that you created a genetic duplicate. Anyway, they didn't explore that. A lot of people really hate Fallen Kingdom, but I like it. I think this is the best that Bryce Dallas Howard has been in that franchise. And I do like Bryce Dallas Howard. I liked it. And the further I get away from it, it's one of those movies where it's kind of like, meh. But now that I think it's the best one out of the Jurassic World trilogy. I think it is. I know that some people, I understand all the complaints. I do. But I like it. And seeing that headline that most people on Netflix also like it, maybe we'll do a watch along for it. Yeah, maybe we can watch all the Jurassic World movies. We'll get into it somehow. I got to get back into doing full movie watch alongs. I don't want to lose my edge. Hellboy 3, Ron Perlman wants to return and complete a trilogy. So, oh God, Ron Perlman's old though, man. You'd have to do a really old boy. Now, I don't think that this is going to ever happen because if Del Toro comes back, he wants like a $250 million budget. Nope, you got to make a Hellboy movie for like $20 million. And in fact, that's what they've done. They've gone out and made a smaller budget Hellboy movie. That's going to be coming out soon. Was it The Crooked Man? Hellboy the Crooked Man's coming out. So as currently, well, it's not in the works. It's already shot. It's in the can from what I understand. And it's going to have a different person, smaller budget. We'll have to see. If we were, he says here, Perlman says, whoops, sorry. If we were to make a third movie of the trilogy, I would love to do that. Yeah. It was meant to be 3 movies, so I would go back and do it if we could finish the trilogy, but those are the only circumstances, and that's not going to happen. Hellboy, it does have its fan base, but it's not a moneymaker. It's not something with the breadth of fans to support it on a blockbuster scale. Yeah, that's what I would say. Arglass says it's a weird concept promoting movies. The cast get interviewed and can't discuss the plot or their time on set or fear of spoilers. Do we really lose anything? It's studios that make the trailers. Yeah. The poster, All Fun and Games, looks like Green Day frontman Billy Joe Armstrong. What? All Fun and Games poster? It's like Billy Joe Armstrong? I could see that a little bit, maybe. Asa Butterfield there. Oh, you can see a demon there, huh? That's interesting. Natalia Dyer's good though. She's a good actress. I'll always champion some her works. This seemed a little bit tasteless to me. This next story, Wildfire Thriller on Fire releases scorching new trailer. Debuts September 29th. Now, guys, with the culmination of what's going on in British Columbia with all those fires and Hawaii being burned, is this really the right time to release a movie about a forest fire and people fleeing it, watching their houses get burned down? I don't know if it just seems like a little bit. And the fact that it's inspired by true events, it's kind of like, is this something that's really like, hey, my house just burned down. A lot of people just died. Let's go and watch about a movie about, I don't know, people dying in a fire. It's like, no. It just seems to lack a little bit of taste. I know that Yeah, there's a time and place for this. And this isn't the time or place for a movie about a wildfire gone, well, awry. That's the way that I feel about it. So I just wanted to talk about that. All right. And finally, let's go back to Barbie getting an IMAX release September 22nd. That poster, that's the poster that I've been looking for. I want that Barbie poster. I'll hang that up below my Wonder Woman poster. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Cool. All right. Hellboy could have been a money-making ride like with the likes of Zack Snyder or James Gunn in the director's chair. I don't know. I don't think so. It's just maybe because of the character himself, Hellboy, the way that he looks. Like you're not going to get the smaller kids out to see it. It's going to be teens and older crowd. I kind of liked that last movie that we watched with David Harbour. But it's kind of like, yeah, it's just it's not going to find its place. All right, let's go over to the Twitterverse and find out what's going on. See if I missed anything. Olivia Wilde's "Don't Worry, Darling" is now available on Netflix. Is it? Huh. The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, Wes Anderson's debuts with 100. Wes Anderson's already got another movie coming out? Wow. Kim Kardashian's going to be in Paw Patrol Mighty Movie, September 29th. Huh. The first 3 episodes of Wheel of Time Season 3 are now streaming on Prime Video. Okay. Jodie Comer, Jeff Nichols, Bike Riders. Bottoms. Yeah, Bottoms was supposed to have a wider release this week, and I just haven't seen it. Let me check my art house screenings, see if it's up there. Some reason Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny's playing there. 2 tickets to Greece. Bottoms. I want to see if Bottoms is playing, guys. Ooh, Carlos Santana. Nobody will be wanting to watch that one after his anti LGBTQ comments, and I'm really surprised they haven't pulled this off because this is art house. Nobody wants to see Carlos Santana anymore. He was a great guitarist, but he put his foot in his mouth, man. He did. Anyway, Taylor Swift's Eras Tour cost around 10 to 20 million to film, and it's already made 27 million or 20. Yeah, it's made 27 million in pre-ticket sales, so it's made that money back. It's going to be big, man. It's going to be huge. Everybody wants to go out and see Taylor. Now holds the record for the highest ever single day advance ticket sales revenue for AMC. God, that's amazing. I want to save that one for the old archive. There you go. Glenn Powell. Adria Arjona for Richard Linklater's Hitman. Well, I do like Adria Arjona. She was Bix, right, in Andor. She was good in that. Got nothing against Glenn Powell. Oh, that looks like it's going to be a little bit racy, too, huh? Hitman. Coleman Domingo for Rustin. He's a good actor, too. He is. Oscar buzz, huh? I might have to go and see this. Rustin. Yeah, he's got charisma. He does. TMNT Mutant Mayhem is now available on VOD. All movies, all formats in the UK. National Cinema Day in the UK is tomorrow, huh? Emma Stone's receiving Oscar buzz for her performance in Poor Things. Well, this is one of those movies that got pushed around because of the strike, and it got pushed to December. So it's got to come out if it's going to get Oscar consideration. It's going to have some nudity in there too, apparently, if you care about that kind of thing. Happy birthday to Zendaya. Oh, it's Zendaya's birthday. Happy birthday. Was it yesterday or today? One of my favorite actresses. For that reason right there. The Jays are in Colorado this weekend. Huh. A film distribution guru has compared pre-sales for Taylor Swift Eras Tour concert to a Marvel movie. Well, you know what? She's going to direct her own movie. I think that's awesome. She's going to direct her own story. We talked about that stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, what the heck is this? Beyonce's Renaissance visual album was shot in secret. Whatever. Beyonce. She's not as. I don't like Beyonce as much as Taylor because I don't think Beyonce writes her own music. She writes her lyrics and stuff, but I don't think she's in there writing the tunes with a guitar or a piano or anything. I just don't know that much about her. Anyway, we'll have to see. All right, guys, that's pretty much the way that the week in movie news has gone. What do you guys think about that? Are you going to go see Equalizer today? I hope you do. All right. Since we got a few minutes, whip out the old guitar and just jam. Terrible. I want to try something with a weird timing to it. Weird. I'm just hearing something. Getting the feeling for something of a different All right, guys. That's pretty much it for me today. Hit that thumbs up button. Join us later today. We will be going through another chapter on Final Fantasy VII Remake over on the Twitch channel. Enjoy Equalizer 3, and then I'll see you on Monday for more movie news headlines. That Taylor Swift story will be cut out later. And yeah, enjoy your weekend.